Who am I? A traitor? I'm just wondering, the same as you are. A traitor to Hezbollah? A suspected terrorist to the United States? What I know of is I'm the honeyman at AUB. I love bees. I have them on campus. I live among them, and they are great inspiration. That's why I called my first book The Bees Road. And I draw a lot of bee metaphor in both books. Now, let me just mention a couple things about my writings, my works, and then I'm going to read like a few paragraphs from The Bees Road, and then we go into Q&A. Well, basically, the first book, The Bees Road, or in Arabic, Tariq al-Nahl, it was written, it was published or released in 2008. It was launched in February at AUB. I was in the process of writing that book in English in the first place. But then I felt there's something wrong. I need to write it in Arabic first. So I stopped with the English writing, and then I finished the book in Arabic because I want to speak the language of my people, where I want my message to most resonate. I didn't write because I wanted to become a writer, honestly. I had a lot of feelings. It was bottled up inside of me, and I wanted to let it out. I joined Hezbollah when I was 13. That was basically in the mid-80s. I became a child soldier, and I stayed in the party, excelled in the ranks of the party, whether it be education, military, intelligence, and I kept working inside the party until I got to the closest circles inside the party, decision-making circles. Basically, after the protest that you talked about, 1994, I led a student demonstration at AUB. According to the administration, it was by far the most significant student movement in the history of the university. AUB shut down for a whole week. It was all over the news, everywhere, in Lebanon, in the region. A lot of strings pulling in politics. Everybody got involved, presidents, Lebanon, countries. Now, the thing ended. I'm not going to talk about the specifics of that, but basically, it ended, and what did not end on the personal level is the many reflections that I had. Because that was the first time where I moved from the confinement of the party, okay, where I considered everything within the Shia community, the context of the party, to be holy and sacred and righteous. When I led this demonstration, I took part in it with fellow students from different religions, different backgrounds, different countries, different ethnicities. And I found out that, well, there is a way to have unity, not through the very sectarian context or scale of one's sect or religion. There could be a human cause further than the party or the sect or even religion, which unites fellow humans. And that's when I got a lot of question marks. I kept them dormant and silent. I took time to meditate, to think him and rethink him over and over. At the same time, I was into the very depth of the party circles, and I got a lot of confusion back then. Kind of like spiritually, I was like questioning the doctrines, a lot of teachings, Shia teachings, Muslim teachings, role of religion, the place of God in our world. And at the same time, I was getting deeper. The AUB strikes gave me a lot of popularity that got me into these deep circles inside Hezbollah. And I led, during that transformation, a profound reform attempt. I spent from 1994 till the end of 1996 all the time I needed to understand, to a great extent, the apparatus of Hezbollah. And I came up in the end with a reform plan that I submitted to the Iranians who were in charge of Hezbollah, the Ministry of Intelligence. All this is in my books. And, well, I had to let it out. I got in touch with the most influential Iranians. One of them, the officer of the intelligence ministry, that told me, we tell Nasrallah to do this and not to do that, etc., etc. And then the point is, I'm not talking about this, but the point is, I got the answer from Tehran a couple weeks later, answer to my reform plan, and it was a no, okay? Because Hezbollah was not made to be a political institution, but rather a military/intelligence body. And that was when I had, I'm just using this to tell you about the clash, that I had. On the personal level, I had a lot of reflections and meditation going on. I got to the point where I hit the wall with Hezbollah, and I got convinced that reform there is not possible if Hezbollah stays the way it is.